Kilo 8, Victor, India, November. That's K8VIN, and the name is Kevin. Kilo Echo, Victor, India, November.
All right, K8VIN, and what was the name there?
Kevin, K-E-V-I-N, Kilo Echo, Victor, India, November, Kevin.
Roger, Kevin, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I am operating from Michigan right now in Harrison Township, right on Lake St. Clair.
Roger that. And what radio are you running, sir?
I'm operating the ICOM 7300, and I am using a 17-foot telescopic whip with a Wolf River coil, and it's up on a tripod stand about 8 foot in the air, and I've got three 33-foot radials attached below the coil, about 3 foot above ground.
Roger, Kevin. Okay, if you'd be interested in a setup procedure, it starts with you engaging your compressor at a 3. It's a token amount, but it helps us get to our dynamic range of 3 dB. So if you'd be interested, it would start with a compressor engaged at a 3. Roger?
Roger. You know, I had your compression at 3, and someone told me I was a little low, and so he told me to turn it up a little bit, but that's what I had it set at originally. Let me check that. Yeah, I'm at 5 right now. I'm going to put it back to 3 where I was at. Okay, so I am currently at 3. Right there is 3.
Yes, sir, Kevin. Now, with the compressor at a 3, let's go to your ALC with mic gain in hand. Yeah, I think you were a little hot going into your ALC with maybe perhaps your compressor up there at a 5. But let's revisit the ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you speak fairly rapidly, 100, 200, 300, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running mid-scale to 2/3. Mid-scale to 2/3 on the ALC by way of mic gain manipulation.
Roger that. How's that?
Well, not enough to hear you, sir. You really need to set that ALC meter. You need to bring it up, and the way you bring it up was with a fast cadence, 100, 200, 300, 400. If you don't do that, the meter, if you just do word like that, the meter never has a chance to really come up to show you what it's actually reading. So with a fast cadence, 100, 200, 300, adjust your ALC by way of mic gain manipulation.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, right now the ALC is just above the red line there.
Roger, so you're 50% thereabouts?
Just above the red line on the 7300.
Yeah, that sounds good. Now, I'm assuming and listening to you that you're running the stock hand mic for the 7300?
Yes, I'm using the stock hand mic right now. I've got the only one that I have with me right now is the one that came with the radio, using it portable, so it's the most easiest one that I could get it hooked up to the radio.
Roger, Kevin. Well, that is an excellent microphone. That stock hand mic that comes with the 7300 is just beautiful. You're going to have to spend $200-300 on a desk mic to get a mic that will duplicate the capabilities of that stock hand mic. But there's an important way that you have to work that mic that minimizes mouth noise. You need to pull it to the corner of your lips and talk across it. Pull it to where it actually touches the corner of your lips and then talk across it. That way it avoids all the transients and plosives and stuff. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. By the way, your signal is really nice. You're coming into my portable station here at about plus 25 dB, real good signal. How's the audio? I'm talking exactly across the microphone with the microphone almost touching my corner of my right lip there.
Yes, sir, it's excellent. You can actually have it touch the corner of your lip if you want. I mean, you don't have to be worried about that. But the way you're working it now is just absolutely clean. Whereas earlier, when we first started talking, there was quite a bit of mouth noise associated with your signal. But now working that microphone that way, and you'll be able to hear it when you go to YouTube and check out your audio. Go to YouTube, do a call letter search, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. We have about 2,000 Qso-Vlog recordings at the moment. This one should be cut number 1. Roger?
Roger that. Well, what is your first name there, over?
Name here is Jim, Juliet, India, Mike, Roger. And we're located across the street from Louisville, Kentucky. We're across the river from Louisville, Roger.
Radio is a very nice radio. I really like this radio. I have an FTDX 1200 also, and I prefer this ICOM 7300. Once I've got it, I don't know if I can ever go back to the non-SDR radio. It's a very nice and easy to operate there, over.
Yes, that's just a beautiful radio, and one of the best transmitters that I've heard to set up when I'm setting up transmitters. I always really enjoy the 7300. And the other thing is the simplicity of design, particularly when it comes to the EQ. They're exactly right. You only need 2 equalizations, the top and bottom, because you always want the mid-range EQ to be flat. So much so that, they said, well, we won't even put the mid-range EQ in there. We'll just have the top and bottom for balance to the mid-range. Roger, Roger?
Roger. I'll tell you, everybody's been telling me the way that I've got it set up, it sounds pretty decent. So what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, just absolutely perfect, sir. I don't think you could beat that with $5,000.
Roger that. Would be nice to have an extra 5, but to be truthful with you, I am happy with this radio and would not need another radio for a while anyway. I almost bought the 991 Alpha instead of this radio, but I don't do too much with 2 meters or 70 centimeters, and I also, when I want to use the 2 meters, I have a separate radio for that, but I enjoy this HF radio quite a bit. It is just a gem and very easy to work and operate there, over.
Oh, yes, sir. And like I say, your tonality is just from one end to the other. Very nice EQ curve, very full. And your modulation index looks to be about 3 dB, which is just perfect. I mean, you could get louder than 3 dB dynamic range, but what happens when you get louder than 3 dB dynamic range, you start to crush the words. And when you get up to around 2 dB dynamic range, the words are really just kind of there's no dynamics to them. You can't. They're blurry. It's hard to hear what they're saying. So with a 3 dB dynamic range, it gives the word a chance to live. Roger. Roger
that, Jim. I'll tell you. I have a kind of my nickname on the radio is Froggy. So you can tell what others think of my voice pattern. It reminds them of a frog, but the old Little Rascals gang, Froggy is what they named me, my friends, and I guess that's just the tonality of my voice. It has that type of pitch to it, a little bit more raspy sounding voice, but well, as long as if you have the EQ set up right on the radio, it seems to work pretty well. So I'm going to leave it right where it's at there. Roger that, Jim.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what I would do, Kevin, is I would pull out the the ALC meter for something to do, and just look at the ALC meter as I'm talking, and develop a relationship with your ALC meter and your voice, and pretty soon you'll be able to put that ALC meter exactly where you want it, just with your voice. You'll develop that kind of relationship with the meter. Just watch the meter. It's something to do,
Yeah, roger that. That sounds like a fantastic thing to do. You can get a good idea of what's going on when I get a good picture of how the ALC is. Right now, it is just peaking at the end of that red line on there. So it's a little below that, peaking at the end of the red bar there on the 7300. And the compression is peaking about, I would say right around a little above 10. I think it's 10 there. I don't have my glasses. But yeah, it looks like it's about 10 or 30, maybe 30. Let me grab my glasses real quick here. Stand by.
Roger. Well, it doesn't really make any difference. You're at a 3, and so that's exactly where we need for you to be. It's a token amount. You'll never hear it on the air, but it helps us reach that 3 dB dynamic range setup at the end. Roger? Roger
that. And it was 10. I was couldn't tell if it was saying 10 or 30, but it is going up to about 10 to 12 on the compression there, but the ALC is right at the end of the red bar on the 7300, and it seems to be doing a good job. I noticed one thing with this radio. I don't ever see the temperature on the temperature gauge ever get above cool. It always stays running very cool on this radio. So the voltage does swing up and down a bit, but that's to be understandable. But I've never seen this radio ever get hot. Over.
Yeah, Roger. And the voltage fluctuation should not be too much. That could be an indication of maybe underpowering. You should be running a 25 or 30 amp power supply for that radio.
Yeah, I'm using a Samulex SEC 1235. It's a little desktop radio supply. It's 35 amps. And it is not fluctuating a whole lot on the voltage. It's just a tiny bit. The bar is moving back and forth a little bit, but not very much.
Yes, sir. Sounds just excellent. I get the Gorilla Tape out and tape her down.
Roger that.
So we'll catch you later there, Kevin. 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the first Qso-Vlog network show for 2022. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.